All right. Good morning, guys. Yes, welcome Julius. Welcome everyone who is already on the stream. Please, apologies for my delay. Some things I was sorting out first for the stream, but now we are clear. So without any further ado, you know the drill. Let's pray and get started. Father, we say thank you for this beautiful Monday. This yet another week that you've given unto us, that we've just started with saying thank you for the previous week, the way we were trading with it, and the way we made money, and a few hiccups have been made, and we know that we will still recover those small losses we made, and we know that this week is going to be a great week, a week where there's a lot of things that are going on in the country, but we know that you've already taken control. So we say thank you, Lord, for the great week ahead of us that we've just started today. Thank you for the great profits. Thank you for the great market insights that you're giving us, the exits and entries, oh God. Thank you for all these setups that you're giving unto us today and throughout the week. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so right about now we start with crush 500, guys. You know the drill. So please, as usual, if you've never subscribed, or if you can go ahead and subscribe. If you want to like, go ahead and like. Give us that thumbs up. Of course, go ahead and share. I love sharing because it gives more people the access to such knowledge if they've never gotten any. All right, so without any further ado, crush 500, here we go. So Friday I told you that remember I had shown you this move, this OB. I told you I feel like it's likely first going to reach this level before we can start buys. Then Friday it actually tried to give you some fake buy move. You can see there, gave you a fake buy move, and then on a Saturday it started to drop once again to get to the level that we wanted. So it has been having the market, last week's market had a lot of manipulation. Those who can attest to that can let me know in the comment section, but we saw a lot of manipulation in last week's market, but all is well because we already knew that we wanted to. Our market is likely to give us an entry here. You can see this was a change of character on H1 there, but it was never a change of character on H4. The change of character which was on H4 is this right here, only to later drop and then give us a new lower low here. So clearly market has been giving us these kinds of manipulation moves in the market for quite some time, last week actually. So now we can work with what we have apparently. So our level has reached the level that I had here, the move from this OB. So has reached now. All this we don't need it, all that we don't need it, even this, even that. So now we are on this OB. Is the market still moving into a downtrend according to daily? Yes. According to H4, we are seeing some reaction onto that level right there. You can see price has mitigated that OB on H4, touched it, and started to get back into buys. Now remember, if we zoom out, this is the level where we saw a breakout, or according to weekly, if you can see, this is where the buys started from. Remember, we are handling a heads and shoulder kind of, an inverted heads and shoulder kind of move. This is where we have our neckline right there. and then this is where we have our left shoulder and then our right shoulder here. This is our head. So this is an inverted heads and shoulder that we are trading according to the weekly. And this week started yesterday, as you can see, and we all know most of the times when a candle is starting, most of the times it gives you, if it gives you a week first, then it comes for the body. And now for instance, for this candle here, for it to start, it started as a sale, went down and then came and bought. So, and no, for this one here never had a week actually. It started from here, went up, then went down as it was closing. But then for a candle like let me see, for a candle like this right here, it was a buy first, then it dropped to sell and then closed right there. So we clearly see that when a candle is starting, when probably on H1 or whatever time frame, it starts with a week most of the times. So this is a sell, this is where the starts was, dropped, then came, closed. For the start of this, it was down below. For the start of the sell candle like this, it was up there. So it started up, first bought, then dropped for this kind of move. So we don't know what is going to happen for this whole week, but we know according to H4 that we are likely to start our buys right here. Why? Because this was a pullback to the breaker block or to the neckline, as you clearly see that. So we are anticipating apparently buys. Now if you are one of those that love swinging, then you can swing this probably on H4. Yeah, this is gonna be a swing probably on H4, and then you have your stop loss all the way down below here. For this case, you can have your stop loss all the way down below here. That is for those who have big accounts. For only those who have big accounts, you are looking at swinging it and putting your stop loss all the way here, all the way there. Yeah, below that OB, according to daily time from below that daily OB there. But then your entry is here, but you'll be looking for our target is right there. You can clearly see that is where we have our target right there. That is our target. That is our target. That is where our swing should be bringing us, right to that level. So that's what we are looking at this week. Of course, the week may end before we reach there, but as long as we are in a buy, that think we shall be all good. So for now, I won't be doing that swing to put a stop loss here, but I can still do my swing once buys start and on H4 and they are above my 10 MA. That's when I can actually, when the buys start and they are above my 10 MA on H4, I can easily put my stop loss just there. Before that, I cannot get in right now. I will just be patient for H4 to be above my 10 MA. Apparently, according to M15, we are still selling. Why? Because this is a breakout structure according to M15. So we are still bearish on M15. Until M15 gives us a reversal signal, we cannot even think about buying, entering any buys on this asset. I think that's clear enough. We can now go to boom 1000. If you have any questions, if you have any additions, please, the comment section is there for us to use, and I hope we can use it perfectly. All right, boom 1000. So boom 1000. I hope my sound is clear. Let me check it. I hope my sound is clear. I did not. Okay, it is good. It is good. So boom 1000. Sunday, Saturday, Friday. Friday we wanted those buys. Yeah, we made money on Friday, because remember we made that money on Friday, but we did not enter this buy because I told you we will be entering once price hits our target right here. This was a fair value gap and it was a 61.8 level. It was a 61.8 level of fib, so it was a retracement level on fib. From here to there, that was our retracement level, 61.8 golden ratio. And now after reaching there, you can see the buy started, but then came to test that level once more, and then look at that move, the buy there, then came again all the way back here after when the buys had started, and then gave us another buy move. That was on Saturday. I did not trade on Saturday, but we were in this sell for Friday. That was a sell that we are in. Came and took me out on profits, but it had already hit my 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. That is enough on this. Let's talk about today. So now that we've seen what happened that day, I want to remind you the analysis that I had already made, and I told you that when we have a breakout down on this support, then all we need is a pullback and then we have an entry. Now the pullback happened yesterday. After the entry, you can see this was yesterday, the breakout, then the pullback, short one, did not even test to that level exactly, came back to that level, came back to this level right there, and then dropped. Now we are looking for a lower low. This is a break of structure right there, and now it's looking for, I think it has even given us a lower low already. Looking at H1, we are oversold. H4 is getting oversold, and yeah, we see the reason why we are oversold according to daily time frame. We have some OB right there where this buy momentum started from, so that is going to be a support. So apparently this move has already happened, and now we are looking for this. So I can delete all this now, delete all that. Now we know this move is what is next. Breakout on this support, and then we drop for this OB on the daily time frame. All right, so go back to H4. Let's try to make sense of this. So we see according to H4, same thing, the confluence area. That tells us one thing, that we're going to see a pullback. We're going to see a pullback. This pullback according to H4, this pullback according to H4 may actually go all the way back to that support. Yeah, that pullback may go all the way to that support, and then gets enough momentum to drop and break this current support that we have. So that's likely going to be my anticipation. Now if it breaks it, now you have to understand this, if it goes there and then comes back and fails to break it, then we are clear for the buys right there. Then we are clear for the buys. But according to daily, according to daily, we're already looking for buys. So if it fails to break that on H4, if price goes retests and then comes back and fails to break this, then we will be ready for the buys on H4 and as well as daily, just like we already want according to the trend. Not even according to the trend, that was according to CCI and RSI, according to weekly, we are still very bearish. All right, okay, now that's all clear now. So this is some liquidity that was left on the daily time frame that was never mitigated right there. So it's still a question to keep asking, but for now I'll be looking for some buys here. So price has given us that. If it closes at 11, if price closes at 11 when it is giving us this kind of a hammer, then M15 will be ready for our buys. So M15 is already looking for buys but not confirmed yet, so we cannot enter any buys. We can only wait for the confirmation of the buys, and you know how we look for that, how we wait for that. We need a reversal signal, probably a double bottom or a change of character or whatever gives you a reversal signal. You know, all those things that signal the reversal. So for now, no business here. We have a support currently, which is our #1 signal for the reversal, but then we need more confirmation. So until then, no business until we get that reversal. We have another signal from CCI getting to our oversold level. That is another signal, which is 3, but it's still not enough. We need a structure in M15 that surely shows that really shows us that we are reversing. All right, so that's it. We will leave it at probably M15. We'll come back to it before we close the session and see if there is any change yet in the structure. Boom 500. All right, so boom 500. Let's start from H1. Yeah, let's go to H1. So Friday, this is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday it did the pullback and then later broke out. Okay, did we trade? I don't think we traded boom 500 on Friday. So that one candle was the only pullback, and then a momentum that broke that support on H1, but gave us a break of structure on H4 to give us a lower low, and then the lower high went all the way back up there. Wow, that was a move. That was quite a move right there, all the way back there for our lower high. And then now apparently price is dropping to look for a new lower low according to H4. So as much as CCI is showing us that we should be looking for buys from the signal coming in from CCI, the signal that we have on price action is clear that this is a break of structure right here to give us a lower low, and now we have gotten a lower high there according to H4. And I want to remind you that we've been looking for price to reach our TP level. That is our TP level right there. Why? Because we've been trading a heads and shoulder, where we have a right shoulder, left shoulder, and our head right there, and that has been our neckline, and we've been following it ever since it started from there. Though you guys who have been with us for quite some time, even from in December, you remember we were trading it from there. So right about now, price is below our 10 MA on H4. All we need is an entry to continue selling this asset. So we've already seen that price is below our 10 MA on H4, meaning we're still looking for sales. But of course, this is our lower low, lower high, so it's dropping to look for a new lower low. So if we go to H1, we clearly see a change of character there to drop, but we need M15. Is M15 ready for the sales? Apparently, I think it is still if you zoom out, but I don't want to zoom out. I want to trade it the way it is. Why is price showing rejection on this? You can see these wicks. that is price rejection. Price is failing to break this level. Why? There is a support. There is an order block right there to the left. So price is still looking for enough momentum to break this support. Is this enough? Because it pulled back all the way up here according to M15. Now we are analyzing M15. Pulled back up there, came back, failed to break it, went back there, came back, failed to break it. It's trying again until price closes below this support. You cannot enter your sales. That is the signal for us on M15. So if any M15 candle closes below this support, then you have your entry for continuation of sales. And then you have your TP, your first TP as here, your first TP right there on M15. As you keep on trading it down below, you have the other TP levels. But that's how we're going to trade. Of course, according to H4, your overall TP should be all the way to this low. That should be your all-time TP for this kind of a sell move. So are we going to see a breakout here? Let's wait and see. If it closes below this OB, then you have a business. You have business with this. Remember, a new H4 has just started. We are just 2 minutes into a new H4. So just hold on. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. That is a new H4 that has just started. But I believe we are likely to trade it. V25S, please keep reminding me to check it. Even as we check other assets, we might get that signal perfectly. V25S. So after 15 minutes, you remind me, we check it. Vol25 1S. So volatility 25 1S. Let's see. Okay, it failed to give us a pullback. That's why I never traded this, but it followed the analysis. You guys, you remember that, those who were around on Friday. This was the analysis. All I wanted is price. I wanted to sell it if it went back, if it didn't break that level. So I couldn't. It broke it, and then it failed to retest to the trend line, so I couldn't enter it, and went ahead and broke that support, that resistance, and continued. So it was a no-go for me. I couldn't enter it. So right now, no need of all this, even though we did not trade it, but followed what we had anticipated. So now we go to H4. So we saw that okay, price reached that level and then dropped, did not go to that, but it came to this, came to that, and then dropped, according to H4. Is that enough for buys? I think it is. All right, so now price has reacted according to H4. This is another point of interest right there on that OB. So price has reacted to this other OB, where this momentum that broke this previous resistance started from. All right, that is a perfect level. That is a perfect level. That is a perfect level. Now I want to remind you that we are still looking for price to react to that OB on the daily time frame before we drop. It's not yet enough for the continuation of sales. I want to remind you that it's not yet enough. You see that this is the low that gave us that high, so price is looking, we are looking for it to reach at least a what, what is it called, a premium zone, or a selling zone, whatever you want to call it. I've forgotten the word. Yeah, so the supply zone, yes, around there, and we have that order block. And remember, that's where we are seeing a change of character on the daily time frame. So I'm not yet convinced that we can sell fully right here where we are. So that's why I'm still holding on to this move. I'm still holding on to that move. And to add on to that, to confirm that also, we have our H4 getting us into buys, and this was a change of character right here. This was a lower low, lower high, then lower low, then price came, broke that level to give us buys, and that became a change of character right there. So it has pulled back to react to the OB that initiated this move that broke to give us a change of character here. So this should have been a right entry for us for the buys on H4. So are we having any progress on M15? Let's see if we have at least an entry. Yeah, I think we have an entry, but it's gonna be a tricky one because price is having a low momentum. So if you enter here and you probably put your stop loss here, price can as well come again and take you out, because we are not market makers, we are just market followers. So anything that we do, unless if you're going to probably put it all the way below this OB, you may be safe here, you may be safe probably. Yeah, I think you may be safe if you put your stop loss right here. And then where we will be aiming our TP from? Oh, just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. I just don't know why it is doing that. Let's see. M5 ready for the buys? No. So that's why we are seeing it acting this weird. So apparently M5 is not ready. So if we are to trade this, we have to wait for M5 to be ready for the buys. We have to wait for M5 to be ready for the buys. So right now it is not ready. It has to first probably react all the way back. It's likely to first consolidate within here until it becomes oversold, for the buys to start. So no business here. It is likely to consolidate within here, but eventually it will give us the buys to break that level right there. So for now, no business with this asset. I'm not going to enter now, because if I enter now, I'm going to be having a big stop loss. But if it comes all the way back here, then I can easily enter and probably put my stop loss down below here, down below there. At least now I will have gotten a good edge at my stop loss level than entering there and having it all the way here or there. So for now, no business. I will just wait for price to come here. If it breaks out here, then you know the drill. Wait for the pullback to test that resistance level and then enter the buys. But for now, I believe we are likely to see this drop first according to M5. V75. So V75 played games on Saturday. It played games on Saturday, and I hated. On Friday. Those who remember, let me remember clearly. We wanted buys from here. Those who remember, we had already even made an entry here. We made an entry. I was already in a trade. So when it hit there, I closed my trades. Then I waited for this pullback because that was a day's analysis. So let me show you that manipulation that happened on Friday. So we waited. After doing this, we waited for price to come back to that level, which was a support. Now after breaking it, it ceased to be a resistance level but became a support. That was a resistance level at first, so it came back to that and we entered our buys because that was a point. But to our surprise, it broke and massively went all the way back down. So it took us out because our stop loss was right below that support was there. So I didn't want to put a big stop loss because this was already a support area. So we had put our losses there, our stop losses there. So me and the guys on VIP, we made a loss here. Yeah, that was a loss. That was a loss. So now we are going to look at today. That you can see when it dropped and reached all the way here, the buys again started and clearly came back to the level that we wanted to hit our target from, right there, that same trend line. So right now I want to delete everything that I have here, even that. So let's delete all that, even this. Now let's do this. So according to our trend line, that is our trend line right there, and so price has reached it, giving us a fake breakout, and down below here it was a support already, so price reacted to that support and then started the buys. So we can delete also these, even this. So let's just try to see what daily has. This is what H4, and we need buys. Clearly we need buys. Okay, so we go to daily time frame. What do we need? We need buys, and I think we are going to see a breakout from this trend line today. Hopefully we are likely to see a breakout from this trend line today. Why? Yesterday's day closed perfectly with a strong momentum of buys. You can see this was yesterday's candle. That is a strong momentum of buys, and we have our double bottom, or we have those two lows almost on the same level. So all we need is price to break that level, and it gives us a change of character according to the daily time frame right there. If price does that, we will have a change of character right there. So if price breaks that level, we will get our change of character, which will be a reversal signal. Now the previous H4 closed as a sell, of course, with some rejection there, two-time rejection. You can see with a hammer, and then rejection coming in on that bearish sell candle. Now if we go to H1, we see a change of character. Sells. Do we have the same on M15? Yes, sells. Are we ready to buy? Are we still buying? According to M15, we are still looking for buys, but we are sort of looking for this kind of move. We will eventually get ready for the buys. So all I can do is have my poise clearly indicated, probably on M15 for my entries. This will be a point of interest for an entry of buys, but also we have this right here. So if I go to M15, I will probably be looking for something like that, So I have these levels that are likely to be my entry levels for buys to break out. to give us a breakout. So no business right here until I see something like this. But where we are, price is likely to do this. Where we are apparently on M15, price is likely to do that, and then drop after. So for now, no business. If I go to M5, you will see what I'm talking about. M5 is looking for buys. This buy can eventually go up, but you know what I'm saying. It can easily go up and look for such a liquidity right here, or even go up for the order block and then drop for this kind of a sell that we already want. So no business here, no business. Let me just have that like that on M5, and that will be a perfect entry for us. So we've just done a top down analysis on this asset. This is V75, and whatever we're likely to get here is gonna push us all the way to that, grab liquidity, drop down for a sell to look for such levels right here, and then we get ready for buys. Alright, okay, I see Julius, you're talking of boom 500. Let's go to boom. Okay, we have a breakout. So entry zone. If you want, you can wait for a pullback here. You can wait for a pullback, but sometimes you don't get one. But we can enter our sales right here and then have our stop loss. There's a liquidity here. I can have my stop loss above this. I can have my stop loss above this 10 MA. If I put it here, it can easily look for this liquidity within this fair value gap. We are not market makers, you have to remember that. So like I told you, our first TP is likely to be a 1-to-1 right there, but then we have our all-time TP, which is all the way down below on H4. That would be our second TP. Then of course our third TP is to this level right here, on that level right there. So that is what is a TP I'm going with right now. So I'm holding that sell as I speak. I've entered my sales and my stop loss is above there, right there. So apparently I'm going to be looking for like a 1, 2, that is 1, 2. Okay, for our TP that we wanted on H4, that is a 1, 2, 3. So you can go for this 1, 2, 3. Mine is going to be like a 1 to 4. Yeah, a 1 to 4, a 1 to 4 clear, 1 to 4 right there. Almost a 1 to 5, almost a 1 to 5. All right, so that's it. That's what we are doing right now. All right, let's go back to V75. So the buy is on M5. I've told you on V75 only to look for that. So if you want to enter, if you're a scalper and you want to enter buys, then you can enter buys on M5 to look for that liquidity. But then it's likely to drop for the sell later. Know that. So the overall structure on how we are anticipating this is like that: up, drop, buys here or there, entries to give us a breakout that we can work with according to H4. Remember, that's what we want according to H4, not any other time frame. Jump 50, we are time bad. All right, so jump 50, let's see, it was a good sell. Remember all the way when we started that, a drop there, we sold. I had my sales there, dropped, sales again. Did we enter sales here? I don't think, but it was a perfect an analysis like I had showed you. Let me show it to you there. Pull back there and then drop. This was on Friday. I showed you that, and it happened exactly how we anticipated it, even though we did not enter it. You can see I did not enter any trades. After this consolidation, it was going to break out and continue with the sell to hit the target. All right, so now let's talk about today. Let's talk about today. All right, looking at even Boom 1000. Boom 1000 has no business yet. Sorry, Julius, Boom 1000 no business yet. So we are on jump 50. So jump 50, we clearly see that we have a lower low on H4, then a lower high here. So it's looking for a breakout there to give us a change of character, but it has not yet been successful. So apparently we are still very bearish, even though excuse me, even though it hit the target right there. You can see this was our target ever since it went there. That was our target according to the daily time frame. And now clearly we have rejection coming in from buyers, and now yesterday was a buy day, and now we can see that even today, the day started as a sell, but now buyers are starting to engage to try and continue with buys according to daily time frame. On H4, that's what we are seeing. Apologies. So what are we having here? Now this is likely to be a market that I'm not going to trade today because of how it is. I see I have to bring out my trend lines to see what we have there. All right, so that is a resistance. If that is a resistance, this is a high, a low, then a high there. So are you going to see something like this, then like this? We'll see about this. Let's wait and see what is gonna happen. According to M15, I see this is what I'm seeing according to M15, and then we will get a breakout according to H4 to give us a change of character. But then later I believe it will drop again to confirm that change of character. No, we may not. What I'm seeing here, this level was tested already, so if it comes back on H4, it will be just testing this OB, of which it has already tested even on that candle. So I don't see it come back. After breakout here, it may continue with buys. It may continue with buys after this kind of move. So for now, we wait for M15 to be ready for the buys. We have to wait for M15 to be ready for the buys. If M15 gets ready, we enter immediately without any hesitations. J25. All right, so yeah, it is happening. It has again broken out, so I believe we have to put this right here. All right, so what is happening? Of course, we need sales. We need sales. We need sales. Okay, M15. Okay, we have that on M15. That on M15. Right. So M5, I think it is ready for buys. Same as M15. Okay. So according to H4, we are not yet ready to sell. So there is another move of buys still going to come through. So hopefully this will be the move. I see rejection there, so it may not exceed that level. So hopefully this is gonna be the move right here. Now the reason I'm considering this level right there is a rejection, but also that is a fair value gap according to H4 right there. So that's why we have that rejection. So that's a point of interest for entries to break out and continue selling. All right, so we delete that, we delete this, we don't need those two. We actually also don't need that. Now what we need is this pullback. So can we go back to M15? Are we ready to make this entry? Still weird, it is failing to break this on M5 clearly, so it's gonna drop again and probably it comes back here, gets enough momentum to break according to M5. So all we need is to either make our entries right down below here, or when it breaks that level. That is all we need to enter buys on J25. That's it. J10. I hope that was clear enough for us guys to understand and take advantage of when that happens. All right, so J10 also played games. First gave us profits, then came before me personally had not broken even, and then it took me out on Saturday. Remember, we were also looking for entries right there. So when it made that pullback, mitigated that fair value gap, we were ready for the buys. We entered our buys. We had our stop losses right. Was it right here or was it just here? I don't even remember. I think it was here. So it came and took us out right there. After it gave us this profit, it came and took us out. Then after doing that, that's when I realized it was within that kind of a channel. So that's why it was continuing to drop within that channel. Clearly it was a channel, so it dropped until it came back to the support and then started to consolidate, gave a fake breakout here, and then buys began on Saturday. So that's how it played games on us on Friday, and we made a loss there. So J10 and V75 we made losses. So now all this has to go right away. So now let's look at today. So let's start with H4. So we clearly see that we are selling. So this is a break of structure, a lower low right here to this OB, which is an H4 OB, quite significant. So we're going to be anticipating a pullback all the way to that, or all the way back up there, because it left liquidity levels up there. This is one of the liquidity levels, that fair value gap, but also yeah, at least there. If it goes all the way up, it will be looking for stop hunts, but that is a liquidity IC. For price to break this support, it has to look for that liquidity above to be able to get enough momentum to break this support. According to daily time frame, we are strongly selling. Remember that we are strongly selling after reacting to that OB, that resistance level right there, as you can see. Though on the weekly we actually are bullish, we're actually bullish, but this is a strong resistance. That's why we are currently looking for sales. So going back to H4, we've now noticed that we need some buys. Why? Because even on CCI we haven't hit the overbought level, and now we've come to the retracement level clearly, as you can see on CCI. So according to H4, we are oversold. I need M15. All I need is a reversal for me to enter buys for this kind of move. So are we going to see that? Do we need this? No, delete that. Are we going to see buys here? Go back to M15. Yeah, if we get a change of character, as usual, we will be getting in with buys right there. So all I need is price to break that level and probably test it for me to make the entry, for me to get in with the buys. For me to get in with those buys. Now we have confluence areas around there, as you clearly see, so price is likely to react there before it breaks it. So know that and wait and see what will come through. So that is on J10. Lastly is J20. Lastly is okay. This price is not this is boom 500, so it first spiked back, so we are still we are still there at break even. So let's go back to, we are going to gold. Let's wrap it up with gold and we call it a day. We've only entered boom 500 for the sales. All right, so gold, the anticipation on Friday, I think we were looking for this kind of a sell to come to that strong low, and then we probably get buys. But also from this support, from that resistance, we wanted sales to come all the way to this level, but it did not happen. So we had, if we go back to H4, in fact H1, what has happened? Yeah, this is what we wanted, something like that, a drop from there before we can come in strongly with buys, but it did not happen. It had some news that triggered the breakout, and then I think it was NFP, and then after the breakout, pull back inside that OB, and then we saw a breakout today. We saw a break of structure today, right there today, when the markets were open, and now we have a new higher high up there. So right now, no business with gold. I'm not going to trade it. I'm not going to trade it unless it gives us another pullback. So all this deletes, this pullback to this fair value gap, this whole imbalance that it left back, this is untapped liquidity, and at a certain point price will come to it. At a certain point price will have to come for this liquidity. Although we don't see it on H4, I mean on a daily time frame. Oh, okay, this is tricky. It actually came for this one on the daily, so that's why we never saw price come back for where we wanted it on H4. It looked for the daily liquidity, that fair value gap right there. Look for the daily one. So I don't think it will come back since it grabbed that. I don't think it is going to come back. So okay, so we have a breakout, higher high, higher low, breakout now. So it means it's still strongly buying, so no business. Our next point is around there. That is our target. Those who remember when we were looking for that level, that is our target price to reach there. We're hoping for a big drop in sales, when it reaches that level. Now that is a monthly level, if I'm to remember. Should be a monthly level. I don't know why I have it. Why isn't it? Okay, I don't see it. I don't see why I have it. I don't remember the reason why I have it, but I see that line up there, so no business. I'm not sure why I have it there. I'm not sure why I have that line there. For real, I'm not sure. So but it seems to be our target. I don't remember what I used to point it out to 5k. So no business with this asset. No, you cannot use that level that I've just shown you. I think it should be out of context. So right now, according to gold, we have no business. We are looking for a new higher high. So means even if you go to M15, there's no way you're going to trade it. Yes, of course, you have a signal of sales coming in from CCI, but it is not enough. You get that. Price is above our 10 MA, meaning we are still looking for buys. Looking at this here, right here on M15, that was a strong signal for continuation of buys. Right there, continuation of buys. This was a strong signal. Right there, equal lows, right there. So no business with this asset. It might reach there and then it drop. So if it breaks this previous bearish OB right here, then you know that it is going to continue with buys. If it fails and probably breaks this level here, then you know that it's looking for a pullback according to M15. If it breaks this level right there, then you're looking for a pullback according to M15. So right now, that's why I tell you no business with this kind of an asset. So let's do the recap and we call it a day. Please remember, guys, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and of course don't forget to hit that bell button to always receive notifications. Give us that like, that thumbs up, and also remember that the signals are still available. The signals are still available. You can use them. You can use them. The monthly fee is $15, so VIP signals are still available. Alright, so let's start with crash 500. So we are still dropping, and it has come to that fair value, that order block of H4, that H4 OB, and that's where I told you we want our reversal signal. So there's nothing, this was a break of structure, it has given us another break of structure on M15, so no business with this asset apparently. It is still selling strongly. It is still selling strongly. Boom 1000. Alright, buys are coming, but like I told you, I wanted to see a change of character, so I need something like that, and it fails to give me a lower high so that I can come in with my buys to take me all the way up there. So no business right here. Boom 500, we are in profit. Our sell is in profit. Remember, our first TP is there, then our second TP is right here, then all the way to our third TP right there. So yeah, that's it, we are in profits there. That's the only trade we've entered. Volatility 25S. all right, it has failed. I think we can enter sales. Yeah, we can enter sales. This is V25S, but remember, this is going to be just this is going to be just it's going to be just a quick it's going to be like a scalp kind of move. It's going to be a scalp. It's going to be a scalp on M5. So I've entered my sales, I've put my stop loss. I'm looking for a 1 to 2. I've already measured that, looking at where my TP is. That is a 1 to 2 that I'm looking at. Yeah, a bit less with a few points, but almost a 1 to 2. So that's what I'm looking for. So it means, to be safe, I'm gonna have to reduce my stop loss. I'm gonna put my stop loss right there above that OB. Yeah, that is my entry. Although that stop loss, I'm not comfortable with that stop loss. It's weird where it is. That stop loss, please guys, if you have not entered this, don't enter it. The stop loss where it should be is weird. That's an order block up there, so it should be up there, which it will make it big. So this is a big entry for me. It's not even a 1 to 2, it's less than 1 to 2. So I don't normally do this. I have to put my stop loss exactly where a 1 to 2. I need a 1 to 2. Within that OB right there. So let's wait and see if we are actually going to see our 1 to 2 kind of targets hit. Yeah, at least now I'm okay with that OB there, with that stop loss. Where it was, this is some liquidity that it could actually have come and, you know, dropped in and taken. So for now, I've locked in my sell for this kind of move. The stop loss is quite big because it is a scalping kind of move. Remember, you can wait for buys here. The general trend is a buy according to M15. According to H4, we are going to be looking for, oh sorry, H4, hey, this is H1. H4 we are looking for buys, sorry. So M15 we are looking for buys, H4 we are looking for buys. Remember that is a general trend, but we are looking for this kind of a drop on H1, on M5 and M15. to give us a pullback here. It might consolidate a little more and then it gives us some buys. V75, I told you we are likely to first buy according to M5. Yeah, the buy is coming in. So are you ready for the entry? We have a doji here. So if this candle closes above this 10 MA, you have an entry for your buys and put your stop loss below here. This is for scalping. This is for scalping. If this M5 candle closes above the 10 MA, enter your buys immediately. Don't waste time. You enter your buys and put your stop loss below here for this kind of a buy move. Having your TP right here as your first TP, your second TP for this liquidity. That is for scalping. Now the ones I'm giving now are for scalping, but we all know that we need some sells as a general trend on M15 and H4 to drop down for the pullback. So leave this on M5, go to jump 50, still dropping. We're looking for drop, we're looking for the drop for the sells, and I think we have an entry on M5 kinda. If you zoom out, but not really, if you zoom in, and price is still above our 10 MA, so yeah, it may be tricky. You can wait for buys than getting in with sells on J50. The pullback is happening like I anticipated on J25, so it is happening. Remember, we are likely to enter buys here. That is our target, to enter buys here, so it is happening. J10, all we need is a breakout, then you can enter buys, so no business right here. And then lastly is gold. If we don't see a breakout there, no business. If you don't see it come and break this level, you have no business. So whatever it is doing, you have no entry at all. You just leave it. All right, so that's how so far we've managed to analyze. Yeah, you know what to do, you know where we are likely to get entries. Like I've told you, this M5 we're likely to enter if it closes above our 10 MA for the buys. This is V25S. We entered ourselves also, still playing games in some floating losses, but in big profits on Boom 500. So we've entered 2 assets today as our signals. All right, that's it for today. Have a lovely trading day and a lovely week. Bye bye.